are back, everybody. We are here on the Bergmoor map, here on our Gottfried farm. And yeah, Farmer Jake's not farming today. He called in sick, so we're gonna we're just gonna keep on moving on and get a little bit of work done on the farm. We do have a little bit more money than in the last episode. We have been doing some stuff off camera. We sold some beer. Had another round of that, and this is our newest purchase. This is our Majerus Deutsch truck and a new water tank. The brewery does consume a great amount of water, so this has I think 21,000 liter capacity, and our other trailer was only 12, so that's nice. We're almost doubled up on that because yeah, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of water. So that's new. We bought that. That set us back. The combo there set us back about 27,000, I think, which isn't too bad, for a used piece of gear. It's a pretty cool truck. If Dirt Tebbers did a good mod spotlight on these a while back, and they look really good. Interior is really nice. Speedometer works. That's always cool. And then, well, when we're not sitting at the brewery, I think we have, I think the doors open, maybe the windows roll down, a lot of IC stuff maybe. But yeah, since we're sitting here at the brewery, we get all of our brewery info in the F1. But we can maybe check that out at another time. But for today, what we're gonna do, well, the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna tab over here and we're gonna go ahead and sell our Model A since we upgraded and our old water tank. It's been a good truck, came with the farm, but it's time for it to go. We're upgrading things, so can certainly use the cash because we got yeah, we got a direction we want to head on the farm, and it's going to take a decent amount of money to get us pointed in that direction. So I think what we're going to do first is yeah, we got some money, so yeah, let's spend it. I'm going to buy a couple fields, and we're gonna, this field here that we're gonna buy isn't necessarily close to the farm as we might like, but there are very limited areas on this map for being able to do placeables. So this is going to be a nice flat field. We're going to use it to put some crops in to begin with, but a little later on down the road here, we're going to use part of this space to put another production facility that we're going to do. So nice little flat spot. It'll be a good field here in the meantime. We're going to end up putting sugar beets on this field. So we're going to go ahead and buy this one. That's a cool little Fent poster there on the wall. A little advertising. Never noticed that before till just now. Anyhow, we're going to buy this one. We're going to put sugar beets on here. We're going to need to start, we don't have any sugar beet equipment, so we're going to need to purchase that. But we're going to need to start stockpiling some sugar beets for our next two yeah, our next production facility, which is I think is going to set us back about 50 grand, is going to require some sugar plants. We're going to do a sugar factory. So I think that's going to set us back about 50 grand. But in the meantime, um, we're going to just try and get some sugar beets planted, and stockpile those and have those ready to go. Because, yeah, we're going to run up here and then we're going to buy this field here too, because we will be putting another facility here at some point, and we're just going to go ahead, I think, and maybe we'll just put some sugar beets on here. We're going to need a lot of sugar beets, and whatever we don't end up using for our production facility, of course, we can always sell. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to buy the not going to have enough to buy all of the harvesting equipment straight away, so we're going to have to wait probably for another round of beer before we'll be able to afford that. But what I did want to do is further down the line, we're also going to need some orchard products, so I wanted to go ahead and I decided to go ahead and get the orchard planted, or at least started, before we invested in the beet harvesting equipment, because while we're waiting for the beets to grow, we can take advantage of being able to harvest some of the brewery. So we're going to do some cherry trees for our second production facility that we do. We're going to need cherries, and in the meantime we can of course sell those at the market. So we are going to at least get a few of those planted up here. I don't know. We'll just see how fast we burn through the money. I don't want to blow all of our money on cherry trees, I don't think. But I definitely do want to get them started, because I think we can take advantage of those and harvest some of those while we're going. Let's see if we can zoom in here a little bit. Oh, good grief. Oh boy. Wow. And zoom out a little bit. I can't see so good. So, let's see, we'll just do a row here. You can see now why when I put those green strips in there, it kind of comes in handy to be able to get these trees in a nice pretty line. Still a little hard with the perspective that we're on here to get them, evenly spaced, but I guess that's not so important. If we can at least get a whole row of cherry trees, that would probably be pretty good. And then we'll just let that do for our starting. Said I don't want to get too crazy. Whoa, that's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Spending money on the cherry trees, but did want to get them going. I was kind of wish we could. I don't know if there's a way to rotate the view or not. I don't know how to do it, so we'll just do what we can. There we go. And that'll be the last one right there, and see a decent chunk of change left, I guess. Take a little by here and see how that worked out. Not too bad, I guess. Looks like a pretty nice start to the orchard, and should space out decent when we put the other ones in the other row, I guess. Be able to drive underneath each row, and there's a big gap there. That's alright. Doesn't gotta be perfect. At least not for me, it don't. Alright, good. Got some cherry trees going, and yeah, we still got a decent amount of money left. That's good. Because I think we're gonna need about 105,000. Should we go cut down some trees? We're gonna need about 105,000, I think, to buy the topper that goes on the front of the tractor, and then the pull behind beet harvester, I think, is what we're going to start with. We definitely are not going to have the 500,000 or close to that, whatever it is, to get the self-propelled version. That would be awesome, but we're just going to have to work up to that. I'm still a lot more beer. But yeah, we're doing good with the beer. We got, we still have barley and wheat in there. I don't know how many loads of water we've done, a lot, but still on our first couple loads of wheat and barley, so that's good. That goes pretty far because that's our main ingredients, that and water. So lots and lots and lots of water. Fill up here. We're gonna see if we can't go plant some sugar beets and get those in the ground, and then our wheat field and barley fields here are ready to harvest, and if the potato fields aren't, they will be soon, and we're going to need to start stockpiling potatoes as well. We're going to need those for our second production facility that we're going to do, as well as the sugar for that. So yeah, we're going to be, oh, I didn't fertilize. Oh, darn it. Okay, let's see. We will, there we go, jump into here. Used to having, the last ones, Farmer Jake was doing our fertilizing for us, so. But, he called in sick today, that happens. Actually, he's not sick, he just didn't feel like farming, and I did. It's been a hectic week, and it's Friday evening, and we're doing some recording, so, or I am. Felt like doing a little farming, and oh, darn it. And Jake didn't, so that's alright. We'll do a little work without him. It's, it is what it is. Maybe, maybe we can get some beer brewed, and he likes to drive the trucks and sell the beer, so, especially if we got a new truck, maybe we can get him, going on that the next round. We'll run up here and see if we can't get this fertilized real quick. Definitely want to, if we're going to go to all the work, we definitely want to maximize our yield. This field really isn't very big, I guess. Look at that, we'll get this guy in 2 passes. Easy. Well, maybe at some point we'll end up buying the field next to it, probably, because once our production facility goes on here, it's a pretty big facility. It'll end up taking up a lot of the space on there, I think. I did end up starting doing another save game with the Bergmoor map, just to be able to have a map to test out some of the things. And you know, I cheated in some money so can test out some of the stuff I want to do on this map and make sure that it's going to work before we try and get it going in here. I wonder if I run up here and do a couple headlands, if I could just, I wonder if I'd be able to hire the worker. We're going to try. Let's see if turn that on. Perfect. Look at that. How about that? Okay. There's, yeah, that's sugar beets. Yeah. I wonder if I do a couple headlands. That'll be enough room that I can run down to the other end and just hire the worker and let him go, and I can run down and fertilize the other field. That would be awesome, but the hire worker hasn't been working out so well on this map. But that's not going to work good because he's going to, oh well, actually the wither wheels don't, they're not, they're not activated when you hire a worker or do course play. So if I do that, it's not gonna, let's see how he's gonna do. Get him started here. Be able to turn around up here. But yeah, we're going to need the second production facility is going to cost us about, oh, look at that. Are you kidding? So see, now when we're driving around on here, I really need that. Really gonna have to disable the crop destruction on the wheels, because with these small fields, and it really becomes an issue, and especially with our tow behind potato harvester. And I don't know if that'll be the same issue. I don't know how that works with the beet harvester, if it would be the same type of thing. So, you know, and when we, on these little fields, when you just can't hire the workers, it's a little bit aggravating. And, you know, we put the time in, and we don't want to, I like the idea of the crop destruction on the wheels, but at the same time it can be a bit frustrating because of the limitations of the game. Just like being able to use the tow behind, with the crop destruction on the wheels, that you almost can't use that piece of, you have to decide, you either have to disable that feature or you can't use that piece of equipment. So hopefully with that extra pedaling there on this end, he'll be all right, and we can run down and fertilize on the other field and get it ready to get some sugar beets on it. I thought he'd have plenty of room down here. Well, I guess he'll be alright till he gets down to that tree. We'll go ahead and we'll just see how he does. Would have been nicer to keep that other field a little closer to the farm, but there's just very, very few flat spots on this map, I have noticed. There's some at first where you think they're kind of flat, but when you try and find spots to put large placeables, like some of these production facilities, yeah, there's not as much as you think, which is nice in a way if you're not wanting to do a bunch of large placeables, but yeah. Anyhow, I think we got it figured out. Like I said, I did start that other map, and we just kept testing around and looking around and trying to find areas that would be available to what we want to do, and it's one of our grain cell points right there. So to have a production facility right here in this little area does, it's not a crazy notion. It is in a little, I certainly wouldn't call it a village, but commercial district maybe is for lack of a better term. With the cell point here, and whatever else those buildings are there, seem to be a semi-logical place. Got another big mud puddle in the middle of this field apparently, but seemed to be a okay logical place to have a production facility. And yeah, it's one of the only couple flat spots, so out of options, I guess, if you will, for that. If hopefully we don't decide we want to do any more big production facilities, because I don't know that we're going to have any room to do that. I know we missed a little bit there, but we got most of it. Good enough. One little row there isn't going to hopefully affect our yield just too much. So yeah, I'll probably cut out here and get some of this work done off camera, and we'll pop back on kind of when it's wrapped up, and maybe end up the episode then. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, and we are getting ready to finish up here on field 20. Whoa, what happened? Getting ready to finish up here on field 25. It doesn't want to plant right there. That's fine. It'll be alright. We'll go ahead and pick it up, and we're going to do a couple on the end here, I think. Just because we can. I can slide that one over a little bit. Looks like it goes to the end. Yeah, we'll just do a couple little passes on the end here and fill it all out. We're getting ready to finish off planting our sugar beets. We'll have a couple fields of beets then, and hopefully we'll do another cycle of beer at the brewery, and we'll have enough money to be able to afford the equipment necessary to do the harvest. That, and we got the orchard going, so make a little bit of money out of that. We should be able to have maybe one or two cycles out of that in the meantime. So yeah, I think we'll wrap up the episode here. And next episode, or I'll probably actually do it a good portion of it off camera. We'll get the wheat and barley fields harvested and dropped off at the brewery, so we can continue our beer production, since that is our really only main source of income right now. It's substantial. We get a little bit for milk, but yeah, with only 25 cows, that ain't a whole lot. So we need a lot of money. We need about 300 grand to get our next 2 production facilities. So yeah, on this farm, that's a whole lot of money. So we got plenty of work to do, but we're on our way. It's all part of the process, and yeah, I'm gonna let that do. So shut her down there. I am your host, Zigzaggy. Feel free to leave us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe to the page, and
or you can share.
Or you can share, Jake says, and we'll see you next time on the farm.